soon Eros made it to the party, he spotted Hayley. He thought, there she is, easy. Oh, she is beautiful. Now I see why my mum hates her. She always hates the beautiful ones. Should I get her now, or should I wait for her to turn around so she does not see me coming? I better wait a second for her to turn around. Once Hayley was turned from him, he flew at her quickly, then he grabbed her, and then he grabbed an arrow and threw it to the ground. The party attendants' bottom halves were turned to stone. Hayley fought to get out of his arms, in which he dropped her from trying to hold her and threw an arrow. Hayley landed a short distance from the ground. She tried to run away, however, he grabbed her again. She slapped him, but he still flew off with her. Hayley screamed and tried to get away again. However, he had a better grip on her this time. Hayley's brothers came out of the house after hearing all the commotion. Endion said, "Mum." He looked around quickly, then he finished his thought. What happened? She quickly explained everything. Then Uncle Tom said, "Boys, you have to get Hayley back." Nicholas said, "How?" Well, Uncle Tom said, "You must push me to my shop so I can get you guys to fly after them in one of my new invitations." And the boys began to push their uncle to his house, which was next door to their house. Hayley thought, what in the world? Where did he get these wings from? Hayley said, "Why did you take me?" He said, "My mother wants you." Hayley shook her head in annoyance and slowly said, "Well, for what?" He said, "No, well, can I show you my place?" Hayley thought that is off subject. Then Hayley got smug and said, "Why would you want to show me your house? I don't fucking know you." He was slightly annoyed as he said, "Well, I thought it would be fun." Hayley said, fun to ruin my party." He rolled his eyes at her. However, she did not see him do that. Then he said, "No, to go to my house." Obviously, Hayley rolled her eyes. Then she thought, "I hate this cocksucker. I don't want to go to his stupid house. How am I going to get away? I need to stop struggling. I need to stay calm for a little bit. Then I will try to get away once he thinks I am not going to fight against him anymore." She stayed still in his arms for a while. flew with her in his arms for a while. Then he said, "What is your name?" Haley said nothing. Then he said, "You don't want to go to my house?" Haley sarcastically said, "Gee whiz, what gave you the idea?" She rolled her eyes. He said, "Why, I'm a fairy. I can fly. I am special." Haley thought, "Man, someone is narcissistic as hell." Haley said, "Well, I don't care." And he said, "You do not care that I am a fairy. I have wings." She said, "No, I do not care." And soon an idea came to Haley. She thought, "Better stop talking to this psycho. I need to keep quiet." They were both quiet for a while. Then he almost ran into a tree. Then he flew above it. Haley thought, "Now I cannot jump out of his arms. We are pretty high up." Haley watched as trees passed her, and she thought, "I could jump and use a tree to break my fall. However, if I break my legs, I won't be able to run away anyway." I am surprised he has not done anything besides kidnap me yet. However, the second location is where shit usually gets worse. This made her heart race harder. She thought, "Which way did he take me from the party?" As the scene replayed in her mind, she thought, "We are going north." Once he made it to his house, he threw Haley in there aggressively. Haley landed on the floor, then she bounced off a bit, and then she landed on it again, then she slid for a little bit. She continued to slide. As she got up, she turned to him. She looked up at him, and once their eyes met, he shouted low at her, "Didn't it?" He laughed a little. Haley looked away from him. He said, "Now, will you marry me?" Haley experienced the world's worst negative vibes as she stood there trying to ponder what was said to her. Haley looked at him and said, "Well, I don't even know you." He got mad and pushed her. She fell backward and slid. He backed away a little. Then he grunted and he said, "Why don't you love me?" Haley said, "You fucking kidnapped me. That is not what Jesus would want you to do." Then she thought, "I should not have cussed." She got up. Then he got really mad and flew at her. She turned and ran from him. He chased her for a little bit. She ran into a table. Then she grabbed a candle and turned to him. She accidentally caught him on fire. He backed away from her quickly. Then he screamed from the pain. He turned away from her and flew out. After he flew away from her for a few seconds, he fell out of the sky. Eros fell into the Pacific Ocean. He struggled to swim back up to the surface. Once he was at the top, he immediately swam to the shore. Then he tried to fly back to his mom. However, his wings were too burnt, so he tried to walk back to her place. He thought, stupid cunt. Soon he was too hurt and tired, therefore he passed away. Haley was relieved that he was gone. She placed the candle back on the table. She looked around to make sure the building was not on fire. Oddly, it was not. She thought, thank goodness this place is not on fire. She tried to catch her breath for a moment, but then Haley quickly prayed, thank you for letting him not hurt me anymore. In Jesus' name, amen. She thought, oh, thank goodness, but I got to get out of here before he gets back. She ran to the missing wall in the house where he threw her in. She ran to the end and then stopped. She looked down. There she realised his house was on a cloud. She gasped. Then she thought, how am I going to get out of here? She backed away from the edge, then she ran to another wall. She looked for a door, however she could not find one. And she turned a little and ran to another wall. She looked for a door or a window, and there was none. She thought, one more wall to check. She turned to the direction she had not gone yet. She ran to that wall. She found a door. Then she grabbed the knob and tried to open it. However, she could not open it. She almost started to cry. She thought, how do I get out of here? She began to pray, please help me find a way out. In Jesus' name, amen. Soon the boys pushed Uncle Tom to the garage of his home. He said, that right there. Dion said, is this some kind of airplane? Tom said, yes, it is a little airplane I made. You guys will have to ride it north to find Haley. Now hurry. When the boys got in, then Dion began to ride it to the north. Haley let go of the doorknob as she tried to think of what to do. And a group of aunts came up to her. The aunt said, hello. Haley was startled. Then she said, who is there? The aunt said, us aunts. Haley looked down at the aunts. She said, bump. Then the aunt said, if you want to get out of here, you have to do 4 tasks. Haley said, what are they? The aunt said, "There is a jar of grains on the table. You have to sort the grains into 4 piles." Haley looked over at the jar on the table. Then the aunts continued, "Then the door opened, and then you will have to gather gold fleece from gold sheep. You better grab at the fleece that got caught on trees and buses instead of trying and rip it off. The sheep can be really mean." Haley thought, "I must try to remember that." Then the aunts continued, "Then the next door will open. Then you will have to get some water that dragons swim in a cup." Haley nodded. "Then the next door will open. Then you have to get a box of makeup from a girl. Then you can go home." Haley said, "Oh, thank you so much." Then she ran to the jar on the table. Then she dumped it out and began to sort it. The aunts called up the tables. Then they began to help her sort it. Haley's hands were very sweaty from the worry of sorting these grains before he came back. She thought, "God, please help me in Jesus' name, amen." Haley's brothers looked everywhere for Haley, however, they did not find her. After a long while, they sorted out all the grains. Haley looked at the aunts and said, "Oh, thank you all so much." Then the door opened. Haley said, "Do you all want to come?" They said, "No, we have to stay here in case he takes another person." And Haley almost cried. Then she said, "Okay," and then she ran out the door. Haley looked back, hoping the door would shut, but it did not. After staring for a little bit, she turned and ran.